The Declaration. When the Vorlak Empire declared war on humanity, the Galactic Council chambers erupted in chaos. Ambassadors shouted, alarms blared, and translators struggled to keep up. It was the largest empire in known space, 5,000 worlds, 3 trillion soldiers, and fleets that could blot out suns. And humanity? They didn't even send a delegate. The council's panic. They must respond, cried the council chair. They can't ignore a declaration of war from an empire. But the human representative, a quiet AI projection with a calm voice, simply replied, "Noted," then disconnected. The council thought it was arrogance. They were wrong. It was indifference. The empire's confidence. The Vorlak High Emperor stood before his generals, basking in the glow of 1,000 holo banners. "The deathworlders have grown soft," he declared. "They isolate themselves, trade little, and speak of peace. They will fall as easily as the rest." The generals roared in approval. For millennia, the empire had crushed any species that resisted taxation, tribute, or assimilation. Humanity would be just another name on the list. The first strike. The Empire's fleets launched simultaneous assaults on 6 human colonies, expecting surrender. They encountered silence. No resistance fleets. No planetary defenses. Only abandoned outposts, automated factories, and quiet cities running themselves. The humans weren't there. Instead, they were watching. From orbit, from cloaked satellites, recording everything. The message. 3 days after the attacks began, the Empire's flagship received a transmission. A single human, unarmored, unarmed, standing in what looked like a dimly lit control room. He spoke slowly, with a faint smile. "You declared war on humanity. I just want to make sure you understand what that means." The Vorlak commander laughed. "You outnumbered 1,000 to 1. The human nodded. "We've been outnumbered before." Then the signal cut, replaced by live feeds of every Empire warship currently in motion. Each one was suddenly surrounded by blue markers, targeting reticles. "You attacked our colonies. We don't forgive that easily. But we don't hate you either. We're just adjusting our priorities." The silence before the storm. For 48 hours, nothing happened. No retaliation. No counterattack. No movement. The Empire began to believe humanity was bluffing, until the stars changed. The retaliation. Thousands of Terran dreadnoughts dropped out of hyperspace above the Vorlak capital world. Not with fanfare, not with warning. Just arrival. Precise, perfect, terrifying. Every ship bore the same insignia, the blue circle of Earth. No communication. No demands. Just a recorded message broadcast to the entire planet. This is not war. This is correction. Then they fired once. Only once. A single kinetic rod from orbit, non-nuclear, non-explosive, struck the ocean just outside the capital city. The shockwave flattened half the continent. No further shots followed. The Empire's collapse. The Emperor surrendered within an hour. But it didn't matter. Humanity didn't conquer. They didn't occupy. They simply left a message in orbit. "We don't want your worlds. We want you to remember what happens when you mistake patience for weakness." Then, as suddenly as they had appeared, the Terran fleet vanished. No one saw where they went. The aftermath. In the following cycles, the Galactic Council demanded explanations. The humans responded with a brief statement. We didn't want a war. You did. It's over. Then they resumed business as usual: exploration, terraforming, science, art. The empire, humiliated and leaderless, fractured within a year. Its colonies declared independence. Its fleets refused orders. And all across the stars, one phrase spread like wildfire: don't provoke the humans. They don't care enough to hate you. The Observer's Log. As a historian from the Kalari species, I recorded every moment. The galaxy learned something that day, something we had all forgotten. Humans weren't the strongest species. They weren't the most advanced. But they were the only ones who didn't need anyone else's approval. They fought only when forced. And when they did, it wasn't out of rage, but principle. That's what made them unstoppable. The final transmission. A year later, a signal was found drifting through deep space, tagged with Terran encryption. It contained only text. We didn't ask for this war, but thank you for reminding us why we stopped fighting. Because now we remember. No one could tell if it was a warning or promise. Either way, the galaxy listened. And for the first time in centuries, it stayed quiet.